Welcome, everybody. I'm sharing a screen here. So today we're talking about birth anxiety and turning that into birth confidence. And you're going to experience 3 core hypnobirthing techniques. I would love to know what brought you here today. What is it that you're here for today? Just think about it. Why are you here? What is it that you're looking for? I'm assuming that you're pregnant. That's why you're here. So congratulations. I hope you're feeling well. And thank you for spending the time to click in the form, put in your email address, spending that time to watch this recording. What is it that you're here for? So I'd like you to take a minute to think about that. Is it something that you're searching for in terms of your pregnancy or the birth? Is it that feeling of wanting to feel calm, wanting to feel confident, wanting to feel in control, wanting to feel ready? Is it about the pain? Is it curiosity about the hypnobirthing? What is it? Okay, and whatever it is, that's fine. I want you to know that there's no right or wrong answer. It's completely fine. I would like us to kind of understand how we're actually feeling. Where is it that we're starting from? And it's important to acknowledge this before we get into hypnobirthing, because these are my guesses, right? I'm guessing that this is part of how you're feeling. I'm guessing that you are you're not feeling ready, and not that you haven't done the preparation, because maybe you've read all the books or you're still reading books and you have a list of books to go through. You've downloaded all the main apps. You're going to mom groups or whatever it is. You're going to yoga classes, who knows, right? But you're doing all the things, but there's something there that's still like, I'm not ready. You're getting loads of advice, loads and loads of advice from everyone, from like your grandma to your mother to your aunt, your neighbor, your friend. So across all generations, all types of advice from all types of births. And it's not giving you any clarity. It's actually confusing more, and you're feeling even more confused. Maybe you are just terrified about the pain. Maybe you're feeling just terrified that you won't be able to handle it, that you won't be able to cope through this pain. And this is a big one. And pain is not a forbidden word in hypnobirthing. It's a perfectly valid word. Let's use it in the right place. But, we hear these horror stories, right? Like, people love talking about pain, don't they? Like, they love talking about how painful their experience was. Just you wait. You have no idea what you're in for. It's like there's an attractive part to suffering during labor, and like the more pain you have, like the more you deserve this baby. There's like that sense associated with it. But then there's all the questions, right? Like, you're thinking, okay, there's going to be pain. You kind of take it for granted. How am I going to handle it? Do I want pain relief? What kind of pain relief do I want? Do I not want pain relief? If I don't want pain relief, what do I do? So you're already like thinking, what if I can't do it? What if I fall apart? What are my options? Maybe you're thinking about your partner. You're thinking your partner doesn't know what to do. Maybe you're thinking you don't know what your partner knows to do. Maybe your partner has told you they don't know what to do. And then maybe you're thinking we won't actually be able to work together as a team. Maybe. And nobody wants their birth partner. And again, your birth partner doesn't have to be your romantic partner. It can be anybody you want, right? Your birth partner. But nobody wants their birth partner standing there helpless, just kind of looking. Maybe nobody wants that nervous energy of that partner. Everybody wants that partner there and present. You don't want your partner standing around not knowing what to do, maybe pulling out the manual or the book at the last minute, or just asking you, what do you need right now? You want to work together. You and your partner want to be a team, but you don't know quite how to do that. Yeah. Maybe you're feeling that you're worried about birth not going to plan. And this is related to what I mentioned earlier about control. A big part of what we want, maybe, I'm guessing that this is what you want, is that feeling of being in control. And we are that kind of society where we like to have everything in control and understandable. And we are very fixed on plans. We love plans. We love project managing things, even birth and pregnancy and labor. So what if my birth doesn't go to plan? And we have birth plans. We have plan A, plan B, plan C, right? So we have this picture in our head of what the birth is going to look like. But what if it doesn't? Yeah. And that might be something in your head, like, what if it doesn't go to plan? What does that mean? Have I failed? Has my body failed? I know a lot of second-time moms feel like this. So maybe if this is your second birth, you are maybe thinking about the first birth that didn't go to plan. And maybe you feel like you failed at that, or your body failed, but you're also scared of what's going to happen again for the second one. Maybe you're feeling like hypnobirthing just sounds a bit out there. It just sounds a bit strange and too woo-woo. I've heard all sorts of things. People have called hypnobirthing all sorts of things. And maybe you think, okay, I kind of like the idea of this, but my partner's never going to go for this. Well, if you're feeling any of this, all of these feelings are valid. These are things that I've heard from everybody. These are things that I have felt myself. You're not being dramatic. You're not being hormonal because you're pregnant. You are in the right place. Okay. So I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I want to be clear who this session is for. This session is for anybody who wants some practical tools, not stools, tools that you could start using today. I'm going to talk through 3 tools that are principles in hypnobirthing, and you can put them into practice right now. This is for anyone who's open to preparing their mind as well as their body. We all know about the mind-body connection, right? And we've heard about this, but sometimes we know about it, but we don't know how it works. In hypnobirthing, we will understand how it works, but you have to be open to preparing both the mind and the body so that connection can be there. Okay, and I know that sounds a bit, I would say woo-woo, but a little bit out there, but I'm going to explain that today. And this is for you if you want to feel calm and ready, whatever happens in your birth. I mentioned a minute ago about the plan A, plan B, plan C. Now, whatever happens in the birth, whatever plan you go for, whether it's plan A, plan B, plan C, you want to feel calm and ready. Yeah. You want to be prepared for all of those and go into all of those from a place of calm and confidence because they're part of your plan. Maybe plan C was not your first choice, but it is part of your plan. And you are the one in control to decide that, okay, now I'm going for plan B and now I'm going for plan C. And that puts you in a position of power and lets you have that empowered birth. Okay. This is suitable for any stage of pregnancy, any stage at all, 37, 38 weeks pregnant, you're more than welcome here. This is for anyone who's willing to practice and not just theory. Today we're going to do practice, and this only works if you practice. Theory is great. Theory is important to understand. The logical mind needs to understand the concepts, but you have to practice. Okay, otherwise it's just information. And you can't really birth with only information. You need to feel it. You need to practice it. This is for you if you're skeptical about hypnobirthing, for you and your birth partner. Watch this video, do the recording, listen to it a few times, and ask any questions at all that you want. If I can help you, I will. And if I can't help you, I'll point you to someone who can. And this is also for you if you want your birth partner to be an active player in your birth. Okay. And again, birth partner doesn't have to be your romantic partner. It can be anyone, but it's if you want someone else to be there and be an active participant in your birth, then this is for you. And you don't want someone just holding your bag and passing you a glass of water. You want someone who's doing more than that. This workshop is not for you if you're looking for medical advice about specific complications. I'm not medically qualified, and even if I was medically qualified, this is still not the place. And I like to talk about this here because sometimes people think they'll do hypnobirthing with a midwife, for example, which is great. But that is not the place because that person, even though they're medically qualified, do not have your full medical history and specific medical decisions need the people who have your full information and your full history. And hypnobirthing is not for someone to tell you what to do and to give you advice. It's for us to teach you and then for you to go and make your own decisions. Okay. This is not for you if you want to hear my personal birth stories. I have lots of birth stories, but this is not the place to share them. Also, this is not a guarantee of a perfect birth or a pain-free birth or a vaginal birth. No one can promise you that. I had someone ask me, I really want to have a vaginal birth. Can you help me with that? I can help you prepare, but I cannot guarantee the type of birth you will have. Nobody can promise you a specific type of birth. Okay? It's not about that specific type of birth. It's how we feel about the birth and during the birth and after the birth. And it's not for you if you're not willing to practice the techniques, because it just won't work. And then you will think hypnobirthing doesn't work because you haven't practiced it.